And we are back. So take two. So the first go around didn't go as planned, but we did get an unboxing. I have it recorded. I put it private. That was a disaster. But I will use the parts that were salvageable out of it, and I will get that up and running. For those that are wondering what I'm talking about the workstation I have here. It's running the AMD Threadripper Pro, the 80, what is it? The 87, the 86, 8750. I don't know, whatever it is. It's in the title, whatever. But it's got the Threadripper Pro 5995 WX. It has 65 cores, if I'm not mistaken. This thing is fully loaded, and you see it right here. So I did take it out of the box. Had a lot of trouble getting the monitor working. I fussed with it. I've got it working using the DVI cable. So everything is working, looking like we have it. Now, the only thing is it's not connected to the internet because I didn't connect it to the Ethernet because I'm using the Ethernet right now. But I did load up some of the benchmarks that we can do. Geekbench, I don't know if we could run on this without the internet, but I think we can run all the Cinebench. We can run 3D Mark. We can run all that stuff. So pretty interesting stuff here. But I want to say hello to a few people as we get started here. Again, my apologies to those who had to bear with me. I have everything up and running right now. So showtime, that is correct. Thank you, Mr. Rainbow Loves Coffee. Duck Vision, what's up? David Norden, how much? It's a lot of money. We're looking at $15,000 plus for this, people. This thing is a beast, and it's very expensive. There's no question about it. Steve, good to see you. We got the big boy desktop. So again, apologies in advance for what happened earlier, but I will salvage it. We'll get a video out on it, and we're going to start benchmarking this. But let's take a look at this. And I'm connected to my monitor here. Obviously, this is fully loaded. Let's go to the system specs here, and I'll read it out to you just for those wondering. This is running the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro, the 5995 WX, 64 cores. That is pretty amazing, actually. It's got 64 gigabytes of RAM. And it also has, and as far as a SSD, I think it's got RAID 0 here. If I'm not mistaken. And if we go to this PC, this one has 2 terabyte on the C drive there. And then, of course, it's in RAID 0. We're going to test the speeds on that and so forth, but that should be pretty interesting. And this is probably, folks, this is probably the most expensive and most powerful desktop we have on the channel. But with like anything, I haven't really done any of the updates because I'm not connected to the internet, but we will have, let me change that. We will have all the benchmarks in my full review of this. Dell was kind enough to send this over, so I really appreciate that. And let's take a look at, let me load up some of these benchmarks here. I already put it in the downloads folder. The one I'm curious about, we could do the first one is the Cinebench R15. That's a quick one, and that'll get us going here. Let me load that in here. Resource not found. Okay. We're already running into a problem here. So let me go to this PC, and let me, again, happening live. So let me go. Geekbench, I think I have to be connected to the internet. So let me put this into the downloads. Let me reset this. Hold on, downloads. Let's replace this. Maybe it didn't load in properly. I don't know. We'll try it. Hopefully it'll work. Here we go. So let that copy over. Actually, you know what? I think I'm in the wrong. Let me cancel that. Hold on. Give me a second while I do this. Let me go my downloads. Here we go. Downloads. And then Geekbench, rather Cinebench. Here we go. Hold on. Why is that not working? Let's do that again. Extract all. There we go. So let that extract. All right, bear with me, folks. Again, this is happening live. But again, I'll have a formal video on it. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm okay. It was a little bit rough getting this set up, but I think we got everything working here. The only thing, again, like I said, I don't have the internet working. We got 25 of you who decided to come back for another torture session. Good to see Duck Vision here. Let's say hello to a few people. We saw William. Yes, this is part 2, really. Let's replace. Okay, let's just let that do that. Is there any way I could run the Geekbench without being on the internet? That's the question. I don't think I can because it can't load the results. We'll have to do that offline. But anyway. All right. So so let's let's accept this now. I did put it in the ultra performance mode. So let's see what we can get here in terms of a score. So OpenGL will test the graphics on this, and this has the RTX A6000 graphics on it. So this is a professional grade workstation here, folks. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, this is not an item for the faint of heart. This is, I mean, $15,000 plus as configured here today. Is that a dongle? Yes. Loading all my stuff in, all my benchmarks. In fact, I can take that off. We don't need that now. It's kind of embarrassing on the $15,000 beauty here. And it should be made of gold at that price, right? So it's running right now, the Cinebench R15. And again, I'm doing this live, but these are benchmarks I would do to put in my videos. So I really appreciate everybody coming back for the second round here. And we're a little bit more organized here. We're going to get this up and running. And that's a pretty impressive score. And I'll read it to you. OpenGL 304.44. Let me see if I can do a screenshot here. There we go. And then let's go to this CPU. Now the CPU, of course, as I mentioned earlier, the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro, the 5995WX 64 cores. I can't put the blender. I'm not connected to the internet. I don't have that on my drive right now. I appreciate that, Mr. Rainbow, but I know this would be a good time for a blender render test. I will promise to do it in the video, though. I'm not connected to the internet. Holy smokes. Wow. So the CPU score is 11,331. That's the highest I've ever seen on this test. Wow. That's pretty amazing. So let me close this out. Let me save that result. And then we go to the Cinebench R20. And let me extract that. I mean, it just ripped right through it, literally. Out of curiosity, what is this powerful machine going to be used for that a laptop or regular desktop can't? So this may be a server, I do not know. I guess really high-end video editing, high-end 3D rendering, engineering workloads, all kinds of processor-intensive tasks that would require next-level graphics, next-level drivers on this stuff. It's very highly specialized, right? Only certain companies will even afford this. They won't even blink at the price, that's for sure. So pretty interesting stuff. And as I'm loading in the Cinebench R20, this will test the CPU. Okay. So pretty amazing numbers on that Cinebench R15 so far. And it's really good, and I agree, Meat Puppet, it's really good for Minesweeper. So for $15,000, you can play Minesweeper on this. And I think this would be the ultimate Minesweeper. Oh my, what? The test is already done. What the hell, people? 27,983? Okay, I'm going to have to, hold on, give me a second. Watch my mouse and stuff. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I want you to see this. So, hope you can, let me focus it. Hold on. Okay, I wanted to dial that in. You could see it there. 27,983. Holy smokes. I honestly, people, I've never seen anything like this quick. I less than it was a few seconds it went through the Cinebench R20. All right, let's do Cinebench R23. Wow, Dell, unbelievable. Well, AMD as well. I mean, AMD did make the processor, of course. All right, let me take a screenshot. Wow. Holy smokes. I'm flabbergasted. I didn't expect it to go that fast. All right, let's do the Cinebench R23 here. This is a little bit more processor intensive, of course, but let's see what it's able to do. And I'll put myself there. Okay, so let's this would be great, according to Meat Puppet. This would be great for orchestral templates as well, especially if it has hot swap drive bays. PayPal and 4 going to get this for Christmas. Yeah, we're going to need a bank loan. This costs more than some people's cars. Some people's houses, I guess. I don't know. Not to disparage anybody who lives in a $15,000 house or car or lives in their car. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Wow. Next video review. Yeah, this is going to get the priority. There's no question. All right, let's load this test in here. All right, let's do the CPU. This is going to be the multi-core. So, unbelievable number so far. And so this, I've never seen anything like this. 64 cores, people. Holy, look at this. What the hell? I've never seen this, people. I don't get excited. I'm pretty jaded. I've seen everything pretty much. This is the first time I've seen anything like this on these tests. And you know me, I've done these tests. This is ridiculous. It's just flying. Look at this. And it's not even breaking a sweat, people. It's not even breaking a sweat. This tower here, I don't know if you can see it. Well, you can see it here. This tower is not even, the fans are going, but it's not even loud. Nothing out of the order. It's like not even flex. It's basically on auto drive here, people. It's nothing. I've never seen this before. I'm not used to this. This is crazy. This performance is why Intel is getting pantsed in the data center. Wow. I'm flabbergasted. This is just ripping right through it. I spent too much time, Greg, reviewing lightweight laptops and tablets, but I've never seen anything. I mean, I'm sure people who work on these every day, you know, they have no issue, you know, no problem recognizing how great this is. But I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm used to laptops and but this desktop here is the most powerful thing I've seen so far. This is just unreal. I mean, I'm just flabbergasted. I just never saw it go this fast. But anyway, so this is what it's doing. Is it water cooled? Okay, I don't know. Let me get to my specs here. So, according to the features here, so it's got, as I mentioned, the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro. We talked about that for a little bit. So, patented advanced thermal technologies keep this cool. But let me see if they tell us here. And again, for those that missed the unboxing, I'll have it as part of the video when I do release it. Now, by the way, it did weigh 35.5 pounds when I took it out of the box. So let me go to the support folder here. They've given me some press material. Let me see here. Spec sheets. So I have the spec sheet right here. And that's loading in. So the Precision 7865 So it's got lockable drive bays, breathable front bezel, lockable toolless side, and I showed that earlier. And maybe we'll do that once we're done with this benchmarks. It's got all sorts of expansion bays and ports. I'm trying to find here about the cooling. Just give me a second. It's whatever it is, it's doing a really good job because I don't hear, the fans are going, but it's not too loud. So let me go to cooling. Let's see what they say about thermals. It's just saying advanced thermals. Advanced thermals. It's pretty quiet. That's all I can say. Well, I'll get all that information in the video. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm not connected. The thing is, this doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I'm not connected with Ethernet to this because I'm using the Ethernet to live stream right now. But I will connect it, and I'll have I could even do maybe a short video on it as well regarding Blender tests and stuff. This is going to probably be record-breaking on that. I mean, it's just blowing right through this test. So I'm sure it's not water cooled. Workstations don't usually do it. And if it was water cooled, I'm sure they would have said something. But I can tell you right now, this is hardly breaking a sweat. So it hardly was breaking a sweat there. I love how it just keeps running and it's flat. It's doing nothing. I mean, it's not even breaking a sweat. Holy smokes. It's basically a machine made to make some good money. Absolutely. You'll find these, movie studios might have these, these kind of workstations. High-end video, high-end architectural stuff. I mean, you're talking about multi-billion-dollar corporations will buy these. And here I am, I've come a long way that they're sending me these kind of things. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And I want to thank Dell, by the way. Their team is fantastic for sending this to me. It was a big surprise, and I hope I do it justice in the actual video. So we'll be looking forward to. I'm looking forward to testing that. Yeah, this is the Master Fung. This is the bar none, the most powerful system there is, at least that I know of. Tech Realm. I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, it's just ripping. It's literally a Threadripper. I mean, it's ripping right through this. 64 cores, people, in full flex mode right now. And we've run this about 6.5 minutes, and it's not even, the fans, not even that loud. It doesn't even feel like I'm even taxing it. And this is a test that will tax the CPU, and of course, yes, the multi-core on this one, and then we'll do the single core as well. It's got another 3 minutes on this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a record-breaking number, at least on this channel, that as far as the Cinebench score, this R23 score. But it's I mean, what can I say? It's pretty amazing so far. So we've got 34 of you. Do me a favor, hit the like button so we can get this spread out over YouTube. It took me a little bit getting everything set up, but we were able to persevere. Earlier today, I did the unboxing. And again, for those joining us late, what I'll do is I'll take those segments out of that live stream it's recorded, and I will incorporate it into the video. So pretty interesting stuff. If you're a nerd like I am, you're going to love this kind of stuff. If you like numbers, this thing is just going to wow you. Now, what I like about it is also toolless entry. There's many different bays you can upgrade here as far as different things. You also have what they call advanced thermals, but again, I'm pretty sure it's not liquid cooled, but I could be wrong because it is a workstation. But whatever they're doing so far, it's working. After watching this thing fly, you're going to be disappointed testing any laptop, even the fastest ones. They appear to be running quite slow. Absolutely, this is just mind-boggling to me because I'm so used to this particular part of the test going so slow that, yeah, the Dell is spoiling me. Absolutely, Master Fung. Absolutely. They're fantastic. You know, not only Dell, but also HP and Lenovo in particular have excellent teams to work with. Their review teams are really, bar none, excellent. And Dell, really great job. They're wonderful. Very professional and very organized, unlike my earlier live stream, but very, very professional to work with and a pleasure to work with. Any questions, any problems, they're right on it. And I take my hats off to them. They're really, really fantastic. Anyway, so, I mean, I just can't believe how fast this is going. And for those that want to buy this, PayPal in 4 installments. Yeah, you could send it my way, although don't tell Dell. And we can go on vacation with that. I'm joking, Dell. If you're watching, I'm joking. It's good to be back, people. Let me take a drink here. I should have brought that. The way things worked out today, I should have the hard alcohol right now. It's almost done at 28 seconds left. And I don't think it's going to have any delay after that, the way how fast it goes. I'm just excited right now. I want to see what this score is going to be. We're down to 15 seconds here. Live as it happens, real time, folks. That's how we roll here. And of course, the screensaver goes on. So let's see. Just give it a few moments. I think we're going to be able to see the final result as it does its last render or last pass. As it continues to go through this like a hot knife through butter. Why do I keep reversing that, by the way? I always seem to reverse that. Well, folks, we have our result. 69,404. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what this... I have never seen a result like this. 69,404 multi-core score. Let's take a moment, let that sink in. Let me let that sink in. I have no words. I have no words. I feel like I want to cry. I'm going insane here. 69. Are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? All right. So let's do the single core. I can't even imagine what that's going to be. Let me take my screenshot, but I'll take it when they're both done. But anyway. So, yeah, Nafal, this is crazy. We're so happy we see 9,000, 10,000. We're happy. Constantine, we're happy when we see 12,000. 18,000, but 69,000 plus? Wow. Yeah, Paulo. I mean, this is the ultimate, so like he said, this is the ultimate Minesweeper machine. You can play Minesweeper and you would have no problem doing that. All right. How to get the laugh in there. For those of you who are with us right now, all 34 of you, I guess everybody else got fed up with my unboxing fiasco. But for those that stuck around, this is a real treat because you're seeing some of the best scores, not some of the best scores you're going to see on this. Unbelievable. Now, it is running RAID 0, so I would like to do the Crystal Disk Mark test as well. I'm not connected to the internet, so I can't do the Geekbench because I think it needs to load in the browser, and it just doesn't want to do it without a connection. And I will bring you those numbers without fail, of course. And I'll do a Blender test as well. But what I can do, we can do the 3D Mark scores, so we can see how really those flex those the graphics, the RTX. What is that? The A6000 graphics, right? So let's see how that's going to do. We'll do that one next, and we'll also again first we'll get. I want to see how fast this RAID 0 arrangement is in the SSD, and then of course the we'll do the graphics on the 3D Mark, and then we'll go from there. But so far, just that alone, the 69,000 alone is pretty amazing. Still won't run Crisis. That is a crazy score. Absolutely, absolutely straight butter. I can just stare at it all day. 69,404. Holy smokes. Yeah, I did the Cinebench R15 already. Rewind it. I'll do the Cinebench 20 after this. Record breaking. It was record breaking. I think, well, no, I already did those. What am I talking about? Master Fung, rewind it. We did it. In fact, while it's even doing this, I can tell you, I already took a screenshot. So on the, and let it load in. On the Cinebench R15, I got 304.44 frames per second on the OpenGL, testing those graphics, the A6000, and the CPU did 11,331. Those are by far the highest score, at least on the CPU scores, the highest I've seen. As far as the graphics, we might have seen higher on the OpenGL, but that's pretty impressive nonetheless. On the Cinebench R20, I got the highest score I've ever seen on this test, 27,983. And now we're running the single core score on the Cinebench R23. So Master Fung, pretty impressive stuff. Almost the same as AMD EPYC. So I agree with Tech Realm. This is simply astounding. I can't I can't test anything after this today. I'm done. I'm retiring after today, because once you see you're at the top of the pinnacle, you're at the top of the mountain. Everything else is just going to be a big disappointment going forward. AMD, my hats off to you. Dell, my hats off to you as well. And, you know, the single core score is a lot slower, right? But this is still faster than anything I've seen on any of the other machines that I've tested. So we got another 5 minutes on that. Let's take any comments or questions. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. So for those that are interested on the back of the unit, this is what the back looks like. And I was having trouble with that DVI port. I'm not sure what was going on, but everything is working now. Everything seems to be working as expected, so that's good. But this is the back of the unit, for those wondering. There is toolless entry, and I'm not going to show it to you now, but I showed it in that unboxing portion. If those of you who caught it, I'll definitely have it in the full video as well. But there's toolless entry to it on the side, so you can definitely get it. Yeah, it is a beefy cable. Let me go back here. So the power supply is already in the unit, so there's no extra brick or anything. It's just right directly into there. It's pretty beefy, and it does have to provide a lot of wattage there. What question? Do they make this PC with an Intel processor? I'm not aware of it. This is a Threadripper Pro, William, but I'm not sure if Intel has anything that compares with this. I know, if anybody knows, let me know. But from what I understand, this is the most powerful system there is right now. Now, this is my first taste of the AMD Threadripper Pro 5995WX. This is a pretty powerful stuff here, people. What is the base price? So if you go to the website, and I'm going to go there right now. I'm not connected to anything to show you, but I can read it to you. So the base price is Just a measly, let's see, $2,449. So $2,449, which is a far cry from the 15,000 plus as configured here on this 7865. Intel, yeah, see, I think you're right, Keyboard Gene. Intel no longer competes in the high-end desktop market. So it looks like it's AMD at this point as the king of the high-end desktop market. Threadripper destroyed them. So they don't have anything that can compete with this. And judging by these initial numbers, I'm simply blown away. So, and I'll do a Blender test. And I may even do like a YouTube short where I can show that. But I will have a video on this. I'm going to do my review of this. Again, I'm not connected to the internet because I'm using the Ethernet to stream right now, but there's no Wi-Fi or anything. Again, this is a workstation, so they're going to connect to Ethernet and stuff like that. But I will bring you all the numbers, rest assured. So hope everybody's enjoying this. We don't have a huge turnout. I think a lot of people got turned off by my fiasco earlier, but as everybody knows, I make a big comeback, right? I turn it around, I reverse it, right? So this is just exciting seeing these kind of numbers, to be honest with you. So that's looking good so far. All right, just do me a favor though. If you're going to do anything, hit that thumbs up because we have 40 of you watching, 32 likes. I appreciate it. And again, you know, we do things informally here. And I was all sweaty earlier, getting it 35 plus pounds, taking it out of the box. Not that I can't handle 35 pounds, but that was and I had a whole setup. And then when I couldn't get that monitor working, it was just so frustrating. But it might have been user error on my fault, but I don't know. I got it all working now, so that's the key point. Live stream is still fun. Yeah, because you can see me struggle. You know, it's nothing worse, people. Nothing worse than having, you know, I like to show you all the polished stuff with my videos and stuff. But when you're doing it live, anything could happen. As we found out over the years, good or bad, but it's all real time. And the good part about that, of course, is that if you as the consumer, or if you're going to get one of, not this particular one, because most people can't afford this. I can't afford this. But if you're going to get a unit, some of these things happen. And it's good to see them happen in real time because I'm not hiding anything. I can't hide anything. Now, I did unlist it, or I did private the video because that was just too much for people to watch me to struggle to get cables and this and that. It was just not worth it. So I decided I'll just take the good parts out of it as far as what's usable, and then the rest is just me futzing around. Let's just get this done. And this video, you'll be able to see the benchmarks. I like the near real-time interaction with the YouTubers. You know, I take a big chance, people. I was telling somebody else this the other day. I take a big chance by doing live on my channel because I have 135,000 subscribers. And thank you, by the way, as we already reached that goal. I take a big chance because of things like this. But certain brands like Dell and HP, Lenovo, they don't mind it because, first of all, they want you to see everything as this happening, as I am. And they're good brands because they'll stand by their product. And if there is a problem, guess what? They're going to go find out what's wrong, investigate it. They've got engineers ready to look at this stuff. And I think that's pretty good. After watching you unbox this earlier, if no one else does not have to purchase weights to exercise, right? This was my exercise for the month. One can use this unit instead. Yes, I can bench press this when we're done. All right, so this is running through the single core score. All right. So Master Fung is saying, this is really, really special. Never seen one of these and live support Android. I appreciate that. If anybody, by the way, I didn't go out of pocket. I didn't pay the 15,000 plus. Dell sent this over. Disclaimer. But the best part about it is they're not getting any copy approval. They don't ask for it, and I'm not giving it. And they get no say in the final, what I have to say. This is all my opinion. And they're not paying me, of course. You know, some people say they think I'm being paid. Well, no, I'm not being paid. Now, what I will make money is if somebody wanted to buy this $15,000 beauty through that link below, you definitely will make my family very happy, because that commission on that would be tremendous on my affiliate link. So if you have any desire to buy this, let us know, and I'll go celebrate. We'll buy champagne, we'll buy caviar, and we'll fly you in from those proceeds. But anyway, that's an aside. So I'm in a very unique position that I get to look at this stuff and bring that to you, get a window into it. And I love being able to do that in all sincerity. And so super chat, super stickers certainly help out the channel. Memberships help out the channel. We had some really nice super chats earlier from Mr. Rainbow Loves Coffee. We had, and I forgot who had one. There was a couple of others, but I acknowledged them in that stream, so I thank you in advance. And what it does is helps me get other devices. Like, for instance, when the Microsoft stuff came out, they're not sending me anything, as I mentioned before. So I have to go out and buy it. I'll have to buy any Apple stuff. I'll have to buy some other brands. Now, speaking of brands and stuff, I will be meeting with all the major ones at CES. I've already met with one major one already in advance. So I will be having, my meetings are all set, and I have very, very tight schedule, but I will get all the footage to you guys so you'll know what's upcoming here for 2023. So I look forward to it. So if you have any questions while we're waiting for the single core score to go on, to finish, let us know. So right now we're already, let's see, 38 minutes into this live stream. A lot so far, knock on wood, a lot smoother than before. That was awful before. Okay, so I got a little sidetracked. As I was saying, when you're doing this, you're bearing all. This is happening live, folks, so I can't hide anything. So if things are not organized, or if things are not, I thought I was, but one thing I didn't have ready was the keyboard and mouse, which you see here. These are the Dell keyboard and mouse. These are actually pretty good. I've been using these. These are great, and they work out really well. So not bad. But as everything's happening in real time, I have to be able to juggle not only the cameras, switching the cameras, making sure everything's in focus, making sure everything is working, doing the unboxing, switching, doing all this, producing, doing everything myself. It's a lot of work. It's frustrating when things don't go as planned. And then, of course, you hit a snag. I don't have a producer here. So one of the things I'm looking forward to in 2023 is I'm hiring a team starting 2023. So any video editors out there that I can talk, that have any skills, we can negotiate. I pay fair market price, of course. I need somebody who can do video editing. I need somebody who can help produce maybe the live streams and stuff. You don't necessarily have to be here in Las Vegas, but to work remotely we may be able to work that out. But the key thing is having a video editor on board here so I can offload that and I can do other things. That would be great. So for the price of this, they should include a keyboard, mouse, and box. Now, keep in mind, this is a review unit from Dell, so I have plenty of them around. Obviously, I didn't have it handy, but I have it here now. This was sent to me by them, I think, from some other unit that they sent over. So I had all this already, so it would have been redundant for them to set everything, send it again. I just, for no reason to take up space here. I already have this stuff, in all fairness. So I'm glad they didn't send it, actually. And I'm sure they knew I already had some, so it didn't make any sense to do that. So on the front of the unit, and I can zoom out a little bit, hold on. So on the front of the unit, you probably can't see it here, but maybe what I could do, I can put it on the camera here. Let me see here. Oh, maybe not, but let me just go over it. Right here is it's hard because it's black, but you have the full-size SD card reader, 2 USB-C ports, USB-A, another USB-A, so 2 USB-A. I'm using it for the connection for the keyboard and mouse, the wireless connection. And then I have a headphone, microphone combo jack, power button. You have a DVD writer over here, drive. And then, of course, you have 2 bays that are lockable here, but I think these can open. They had 2 sets of keys for these bays, upgradable, of course. There's like a little well here. And I'm not sure what's going on in there, but some plastic there. And then on the back of the unit, you can see that it has 2 LAN ports, it looks like, 3 USB-C ports, 3 more USB-A ports. I think like 5 DVI ports, and I can actually get the diagram here. Let me see the features because I think they have a diagram here on the back. I don't want to give you the wrong information. So here we go. I found it. So on the back, oh, they don't show it to you, but I could tell you there's like 5 DVI. There's like 2 USB-C ports on the back as well. And yeah, just so many ports, people. So you can see it there. So that's what we're looking at. Oh, man. So this is almost done on this test, and we'll get that done, and then we'll move on to the next thing. But so far, for those joining us late, the world record, as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen a higher score on a multi-core on the Cinebench R23 as this score, 69,404. That is pretty astounding. Pretty astounding. We're so excited when we get 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 18,000, I think we saw as the highest. It's the highest I've seen. But this is by far the highest. According to Keyboard G, for people asking what to do with this, Wendell from Level 1 Techs on YouTube built a similar machine for Greg Krogh Hartman, who maintains the Linux kernel and needs to compile all that code and tests. So there you go. There's one use case scenario right there. Great to hear that the channel is growing. It is a bit late in Portugal to keep seeing it live. I will see you rest tomorrow. All right, Paulo, catch the replay. I'll keep this one up. I didn't keep the other disaster up, but I'll keep this one up. And we got our score, which is pretty interesting, 1,465. Not a great single core score, right? So that's pretty typical of AMD stuff. So 1,465. So where you're going to benefit on this machine, I mean, 1465 is normal, but where you're going to benefit is that multi-core. So multi-threaded workloads is where this is going to really shine. Let me take a screenshot. And I almost don't want to close this because I don't want to see that go say goodbye to that. All right, let's go to I want to test the SSDs here. So we'll see what it has here. So let me go to the Crystal Disk Mark. Let me load this in and let me extract that. And let's go to get this open here. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have the C drive, right? So it's 2 terabytes and it's in RAID 0 configuration from what I understand. So let me close that. And 12,796 as a read. Wow. This is RAID 0, so keep that in mind. Pretty amazing stuff so far. I mean, these numbers are just unreal. So don't forget, I still have other... So from what I understand, the Cinebench R23 can actually get above 70,000. In fact, it can go closer to 79,000. So keep in mind, I don't have all the drivers updated. So even expect another 10,000. But even at 69,000, that is the biggest I've seen in terms of the numbers. That is the highest score. Good to see Guantam Paul here. Good morning to you, my friend. So right now, that's pretty fast on that RAID 0. And of course, I'll update all the drivers. I'll get all that in the full review. Yeah, so you will expect 79,000. Anyway, so while we're waiting for that, any questions or comments? I'm opening up the floor, people, while that's running. And don't forget, I had that screensaver come on. So I think that the standby might have affected that score as well. But even at 69,000 is still the best score I've seen so far. They're not kidding when they call it the Threadripper. So far the read 12,843. And now it's working on the write. Wow. So 9,500 on a write. I think that might be the highest I've ever seen on a write. Now, I did do the Omen 45L. That was pretty high also with their RAID 0. If anybody remembers what I got on that. But these are comparable. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen such a 9730 now. So that's pretty impressive. You got it. And thank you for that super chat earlier, Mr. Rainbow Loves Coffee. Appreciate it. Okay, so wow, these numbers just keep getting better. Wow. So for those joining us late, this is 64 gigabytes of memory. It has 64 cores. This is the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro, the 5995WX. This is the king of multitasking. That's all I can say right now. I mean, because the numbers, and we saw 69,000 plus on the Cinebench R23 multi-core. Expect another 10,000 when all the drivers, everything is updated, all the Windows is updated. We'll probably expect another 10,000 on top of that. So you're looking at 79,000 when it's all said and done. I expect that. You can play Frogger on this. You could also, as I mentioned earlier, this is the ultimate Minesweeper machine. You can play Minesweeper on it. Okay. So while we're laughing and joking, but yes, you can play Frogger, one of my all-time favorites as a kid. And I'm not kidding. I really did like it. I used to play in the arcade. So, and for those who don't know what an arcade is, well, I don't know what to tell you. So the numbers are very impressive here, folks. So we're looking at 12,843 on the read. And then you're looking at, it's almost done. It's not quite done, but 9742 on the right. These are some pretty impressive numbers. Wow. And when I'll run the Blender test and I'll do all that in the video. I'll have all that in there. So for those that are interested in that test. But again, you know, I don't want to make this live stream too long tonight. We're already at almost 50 minutes. So I would like to see 3D Mark score. Let me take a screenshot of this. Okay, so we have that for posterity. So let me load in 3D Mark. I'm just curious to see what kind of scores out of that A6000 we have here. Let me set it up real quick. Any other questions besides Frogger, playing Frogger on? Go ahead and ask it. Again, for those wondering, I don't have the internet connected, so I'm not going to be able to do Geekbench till I do the formal video. But I will have all the numbers. I'll do Blender test. I'll do gaming on this as well. So rest assured, we'll have everything in the upcoming video, and I hopefully will have it very soon because this is exciting stuff. So while that's installing, according to William, this is an amazing unit. I hate to disappoint you, but I do not plan to purchase this. What? How could you not purchase this, William? The applications I run do not need all this horsepower. Still a great unit. I'm not purchasing this. This is $15,000 plus dollars. Yes, you heard that right, people. And I'm in Williams' camp. I have no need for this. I'm just fortunate enough to show this to you. But big companies will need this kind of power. Developers will need this kind of power. Movie studios will need this kind of power. Architects will need this kind of power. So you get the drift here. Developers, they're going to need this horsepower, and for good reason. This can provide the multi-threading, the multi-cores that it can perform is pretty amazing on there so far. There is a market, absolutely, Tech Free needs. There is a market for it. I'm just not the market. Most of you probably are not either. But it's just fun to get something like this into the studio and benchmark it live and see the results real time. And again, probably 10,000 more on that Cinebench R23. I agree, William. And this is fun for me. When things go right, it's fun. But when things are happening live and they're not going right, well, that's not so fun as a flying solo here. So again, starting 2023, I expect to get somebody. We're building a team. Obviously, we've gotten pretty big. The channel started to grow. 135,000 subscribers. We're approaching 32 million views. I got all my meetings set up for CES. If anybody's going to be in Las Vegas and wants to do a meetup, I know we last live stream, we talked, not the one today, but the last week, we talked about maybe doing a get together. So if I get enough people, we can really do something together. I can arrange something during CES. I know I do have a tight schedule, but I would like to meet some of you. Whoever's going to be here for CES, let me know. I'm meeting other creators that are coming in. And it should be a lot of fun. I should be back in full swing this year. Not like last year, although I had a good time last year, but things were locked down a little bit more. A lot of brands pulled out at the last moment because of the pandemic and so forth. There was like a little relapse there for that right before CES. So a lot of the brands pulled out. I already met with one major brand already, and I look forward to the others that I have planned. So that's all happening. So I'm going to run the Time Spy score here. Let me maximize this. And I'm going to, let's run that. Hopefully it will run pretty smoothly. I expect it to. It's an A6000 GPU. So you can get it with all sorts of configurations here. The base model starts, according to Dell's website, $2,449. That comes with the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro 5945WX. I have the fully loaded 5995, which adds, I'm almost embarrassed to say this, it adds an extra $7,554.41. Wow, I just even saying that is crazy. Now, this is the 1350W chassis. So it has two SATA Flex Bay L5.5. Well, I think I have the open Flex Bay. I'm sorry. I think that's what I have. I'll have to double check that. We have 64 gigabytes of RAM on this. We have the 2 terabytes RAID as far as the storage. You're looking at over 15,000 when it's all said and done. When do you think the new XPS 9320 will be out next year? Should I wait? So I reviewed the 9320, the XPS 13 Plus, for those wondering. I don't have any information as far as any update to the XPS 13 Plus 9320, but I imagine they will have it some point. And here you can hear there is a speaker here, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it. It's not a very loud. If you're gonna have this in a work environment, you can put some nice speakers on it. Let me mute it for now. But while it's running the Time Spy, any update to that XPS 13, I don't know of anything as of yet. I will, of course, it is their flagship, so we will anticipate it getting updated at some point. But they just did this one last year, this new design on this XPS 13 Plus, the 9320. So we may not see it until later next year at some point. But again, I have no information and to offer at this point, but that's just my guess. But one of my favorites, I really love that haptic touchpad that it has. I really like the capacitive row. It worked well. And the thermals were good on it because they didn't have to have physical buttons on it. And it is very futuristic looking, and it's different. And that's what I liked about it. It was really, really good. And I still use it. I have one here right down there off camera, but I do use it. So this is running very smoothly so far on this Time Spy score. Okay. And at CES, I expect to see a lot of good stuff, people. We're already going to be next gen in terms of the AMD, next gen in terms of the all the processing power, the GPU stuff. We're going to see some of that. We're going to see updates to the cameras, even more updates that we saw some great ones here in 2022. We'll see more updates coming up, more innovative stuff with cameras, I expect. That's the other trend I think we're going to see in 2023. We're going to see multiple camera solutions and stuff like that. I think that's where we're heading for various presentation purposes, for team meetings, stuff like that, for Microsoft Teams. You're going to see some pretty interesting stuff. So hopefully that will be running, that will be worked out pretty well. We're going to see what Apple's going to have. We're going to see what Dell's going to have. We're going to see HP, Lenovo, all the other brands as well, MSI, Gigabyte, you know the drill. Let me take a drink here. So we'll run the Time Spy. I'm just curious to see. That's a more intensive task, say, than the Firestrike. So what do we see with integrated, I'm almost embarrassed, XE graphics? We're looking at, what, 1800, 2000, 2200? With the Radeon graphics, we saw maybe 2300, 2400 this year. I'm just curious to see what this has. You know, we'll see. Now, this is not necessarily a gaming machine. This is more for the professional, those kind of environment, as I talked about, high-end video work, architectural, software developers, stuff like that, where the drivers are optimized for that. But for gaming, the A6000, well, we'll see. I'm expecting it. You are able to game, but again, if you want a gaming laptop, there are so many good solutions out there, especially in the towers and stuff. So, and I looked at Omens. I looked at, and I got some good gaming laptops. I have one coming from Dell's Alienware stuff, and I've got one from their more affordable, from their Dell's own gaming line. So I have a few stuff on the way. We're not done for 2022, people. We're not done. New subscriber, Mario Luigi. All right. Enjoy your videos. You ever put a recommendation of a do not buy at the end of the video for laptoppers? Is still making my way through the videos. So I haven't had any do not buys. I've had in the past, but the truth of the matter is, and I'm being totally honest with you, the laptops have gotten so good that yes, I did have I said don't buy the Surface Pro 9, don't buy the Laptop 5 from Microsoft. Buy the predecessors. It was not worth it. So yes, I did have a do not buy. But the laptops have gotten so good. I was telling somebody the other day this. You know, even the budget stuff has gotten good. It's hard not to recommend stuff because there really is no bad. It's just how much better can we make it, right? One upping the other. So I just score them very fairly, I think. Maybe some people don't agree, that they're just so good that, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for. There's pretty much something for everyone nowadays. And you're not going to sacrifice too much on the performance or the quality. It's gotten that good. Now, when I looked at the Surface Pro 9 and the Surface Pro 8, I said, get the Surface Pro 8. Why? Because there wasn't much of an upgrade to the Surface Pro 9. And I showed you the difference between the Intel and the ARM version, which one would be good for one segment as opposed to the other. So just check out those videos. But I'm glad, Mary Luigi, you like the channel and you're a new subscriber. But yes, I do sometimes say don't buy stuff, or buy something else instead, I should say. Do you know how the Xeon processor compares to this? This is in a class by itself. I don't think Intel's competing on this level. Like I think it was Meat Puppet earlier. Somebody said it earlier. I hope I didn't give the wrong person. They're not competing on the high-end desktop like on this level. This is the king. You're looking at the AMD Threadripper Pro here, people. There's no, I don't think there's any competition here on this particular market for this. While we're working through the Time Spy score, can you run some spec when you do the review? I'm going to try to do anything these professional workstations are supposed to do. We're going to do Blender tests. We'll do some video editing tests. We're going to do all sorts of benchmarks. So if you have any suggestions, wow, this is a good score. 8,236. That's a pretty good score. So again, these are not gaming laptops per se. These are not what they're meant to do, or laptops, towers really. But obviously that, you know, we're used to seeing 2,000, 3,000, but you might find on gaming towers and even some gaming laptops, you might get higher gaming scores. Now, if we want to keep going while we're talking, let me do the Fire Strike. I'm just curious to see what that one does because I'm going to be using that. I'll put it in the video as well. We got 36 of you watching. So that's loading in. Any other comments or questions? Let's open it up to the floor. Anybody wants to ask anything? Now's your chance while we're loading that benchmark in. And right now, we've already passed an hour. So I don't want to go too much more. Let's just get through this benchmark and we'll go from there. For those wondering what the back of this unit is, that's what it looks like. What is the sweet spot for the battery and processor? Which combination is the best of both worlds? So there's no battery in this, Mario, but if you're looking for a laptop, which I assume you're asking, what is the sweet spot for battery and processor? So I got a good one, and I just did the review of it. That EliteBook did really well. It had a nice blend of performance with that AMD processor, the Ryzen Pro 6850U, and it also had the integrated Radeon 680M, and it also had a 6-cell 76 watt-hour battery that did 21 plus hours on my battery test, which is a continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi. So that was the best blend between performance, battery life. The only downside I said is if you want a high-res display, if you want something with a higher refresh rate, then there are other options out there. But for the mobile professional who needs mobile broadband as an option, which that it does have, and having that great battery life, that was one that I was looking at. That was one that I recently did. So if you want to check that out, Dell has a number of them in their Latitude line. They have good battery life, good blend between battery life and performance. So that's been pretty good, and so forth. So really good stuff. Now, the other thing about this unit that we have here is that this is 8-channel memory. This is not dual channel. You know how you say, oh, it's running in dual channel mode. This is 8 channels of memory. So that's even more of an enhancement. So you're looking at all this stuff happening, multitasking, 8 channels of memory, 64 gigabytes of memory, 64 cores that we're dealing with. This is nothing to laugh at, people. This is pretty high-end stuff. So pretty interesting. Yeah, no, Mario, I'm glad you're a new subscriber, and I'm glad you're going to check it out. Now, starting 2023, I'm going to be adding some different things. I'm going to be doing Linux tests on all of the videos where it's applicable. So I will be testing Linux going forward. I'm upgrading the studio in a lot of ways. So a lot of equipment is coming in here at the end of the year. So I already upgraded the lighting. I'm using a really high-end light now. So that's been working out. I have a softbox going. You can almost see it in the background there behind the monitor. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Audio, I'm upgrading as well. So we're taking the channel to the next level. And while it's doing very smooth work here on this graphics test here on this 3D Mark. All right. What a day, huh, folks? So as we're rounding out 2023, it's been a great year for the channel, 2022, as I mentioned. Nice growth. We had a record-breaking November. That was great. December, I see the December swoon after everybody, all the holiday and stuff. It's already started to go down, but that's normal. We had a really good year in growth as far as subscriber count, view count. Brands I've been working with, really solidifying relationships with the brands, so they're good. How are the temps going for that desktop? Any bottlenecks? No, I haven't. It has not even broken a sweat, people. I do feel airflow is actually pretty good. Not even broken. It has not even broken a sweat on any of these tests. I have not even pushed it to the limit. That's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So we'll see. We'll listen. I'll put it through its paces. I have it for a few weeks and so forth. I'll be able to bring you everything, and I will be able to put it through the ringer, put it through the testing, and I want to get my reviews to the next level. That's my goal for 2023. Do some Linux in it. I'm going to do some other stuff. Appeal to a more broader audience. I would like to expand the channel out. And then, of course, I have a second channel. Once I bring my team in, we'll really be able to ramp it up. I'll do a lot of mobile stuff, as I talked about. So there's a lot of plans going forward in 2023, and I'm looking forward to bringing that to you. So while that's running, so there's a lot more benchmarks we could run, but again, we'll finish this one, and then we'll probably call it a day. So far, pretty smooth so far. Any other comments or questions, people? This is your chance. You have my attention. I know people ask questions. Now's your chance. Oh, good. I'm glad you got back, One Bad Man. He was there for that fiasco earlier. Did I miss the Geekbench? I didn't do Geekbench because I am not connected to the internet on this. The only reason is because I'm using the Ethernet to stream right now. I don't like to do it on Wi-Fi. But I will bring you the full test of course. Well, we did Cinebench. Wait till you see the Cinebench One Bad Man. And that's not even on the fully... We didn't even get the fully loaded drivers and everything. I'm expecting even higher than that. How many McAfees? So John McAfee's actually within this machine as we speak. They've morphed him. They've compressed him into this machine. So McAfee himself came all the way from hell and is in the machine. So there you go. What I wanted to see my M2 Air beat in a single score. The single core is normal. You probably did. Yeah, in fact, you did do better on the M2 Air single core. But that's a pretty good 3D Mark score. Let me just take a screenshot real quick. Where this kills everything, and I can show you guys right here, was this score. And again, I'm expecting 10,000 more on top of this. So we're looking at, let me go to my screenshots. 69,404. From what I understand, this is capable up to 79,000. So we're not even at the full number here that it's capable of. Again, I just booted this up. We don't have I'm not connected to the internet yet. 1465 is pedestrian single core. That's not what this shines in. This shines in the multi-thread, multi-core performance. Is there any way to create a local account for Windows 11, or do you need to have a Microsoft Online when setting up Windows, still running Windows 10? You know, that's a good question. I don't know. It's like, for instance, if I want to run, let's do this. Let me see if I can, is there a way to, anybody know, is there any way, I'm not connected to the internet, but is there a way for me to run the Geekbench test? I mean, I can run the test, but I can't get the result without the internet. So I'm able to load it up here. And you can see it here. If it ever loads up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it goes. Yes, it can go to 79,000 from what I understand. 69 is actually 10,000 low. 69, which is the best score I've seen so far, is actually on the low side. That it can go up as high, from what I understand, from what I've been told, it can go to 79,000. Again, I've only just scratched the surface with this. So does anybody know if I could run this test, the one right here, without internet? Because it won't show the result. So if I run the CPU, if you make an ISO with Rufus, it can make a local account only image and flash it to the... So you're talking about Windows, but I'm talking about, can I get the Geekbench result without being on the internet here? Which, again, it doesn't have Wi-Fi. So again, this is a workstation. This is not your consumer stuff. So I'd have to connect my Ethernet, and I don't want to compromise the stream by going Wi-Fi on the stream. I don't want to hurt the stream in any way. You can probably look it up online. I forgot. Anyway, it's running now, but I can't get the result because it's not connected to the internet. unless I use my phone as a hotspot, but there's no Wi-Fi. But if I connect it wired, maybe it might be able to do it. I don't know. Want to hear random great idea I got for Black Friday? iPhone 13 for $0 a month and only owe $260 at the end to buy it. Got both my girls iPhone 13s. That's wonderful news, One Bad Van. That's good. That's a good deal. Wow. Very nice. That is good. All right. So I don't think we'll be able to get this score unless I hook up the internet, and I'll do that offline when this stream is offline. But I'll bring you the Geekbench as I always do. But I was really more interested in the Cinebench, to be honest with you, when we got the score. And again, we got 69,400. Expect another 10,000 on top of that, from what I've been told. Again, we'll see for ourselves, but that's what I've been told. So I don't think I'll be able to look, even though I have the Edge browser here. And I don't think, can I even install Chrome without internet? I don't know if I can. Again, I'll connect the internet to this, so I'm not worried. But we'll get all the scores in the due time in my full review. I wonder how fast this can render a YouTube video. So I'm going to do DaVinci Resolve on this because I've been using DaVinci Resolve on Windows lately. So thank you. I appreciate that, Ernesto. I'm glad you like it. The first go around when I unboxed it, and again, I have that recorded, so I took it down. It's not live anymore. It's not going to be public anymore, only because who wants to sit through me futzing around with the box and this and trying to find the right wire? One criticism, though, I do have to Dell. Why did they give such a short, useless DVI cable? It's kind of a joke, actually. I have it here somewhere, but like, what's this? What am I supposed to do with this? I mean, come on. Of course, they're expecting you to have proper length cables lying around, but why even bother? Have you tried the new version of Resolve now on M series iPads? I have not. I've heard good things, and I do have the latest iPad. I have the M2 iPad. What is it? The iPad Pro 11 with the M2 processor. So I do look forward to testing that out. I haven't had a chance. I've been too busy. But One Bad Van, I'm looking forward to it. So I've been really enjoying that iPad Pro 11-inch. I think it's on sale right now, for those wondering. I just got it. I didn't buy it on sale. I got it through my carrier, Verizon, because that's they had a really good deal going. But I'm really enjoying it. And I came from a 12.9-inch, which I just found a little too big. I like the 11-inch. That's the portability I like about it, and it still has the great processor in it. I have the same one, just the M1 version. Great tablet. Yeah, it's wonderful. And I have the Magic Keyboard, which is a very expensive accessory, but I think a very vital. And here's what I'm talking about. So they can't load my result because I don't have I'm not connected to the internet, basically. So I can't give you the result, but I will show it in the upcoming video. So my overall takeaway, folks, is this has been a monster. Multi-threading, multi-core performance has been great. Are you a keyboard enthusiast, like mechanical keyboard switches? I'm not crazy. I mean, I don't go crazy. I do enjoy it. In fact, when I did that unboxing of the Alienware M15 that I'm going to review, or is it the M17? What did I have? I think I have the 17. That one had a mechanical cherry switches. Were fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I need the score, Andrew. This is hurting us. Geekbench, yeah, I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll do even a YouTube short with that once I get this connected. I can't get the score because it's not connected, and I don't want to compromise the live stream because I could connect to Wi-Fi and stream, but let's not tempt fate here. We're at the end here. We made it through. So I just want to have a nice, clean live stream here. All right. So people, so what did we learn today? We learned that this is a monster. It's very expensive, but those big companies that need this kind of horsepower can find it here. Again, AMD Ryzen the Threadripper Pro 5995 WX in here. 64 cores. This has 8 channels of RAM, not dual channels, 8 channels of RAM. Pretty amazing. You're compromising by depriving us. Well, I got to leave something for you to watch in the videos and the reviews. So a little teaser and some programming benchmarks to your reviews to welcome developers to your channel. So again, like I said, I'm going to, at 2023, some changes coming to the channel. We'll be doing Linux on the reviews as well. We'll have a section for Linux, and I'll show some more, where appropriate, of course, programming stuff. I know, One Bad Man, but I know you're joking, but I gotta give you something in the, you have to be able to come back, right? I have to make you want to come back. We learned for 15,000, you get 1-foot cable, totally pro. So what he said, and I'm not, listen, for $15,000, I expect a better cable than this. This is funny. I just find it funny. Not a big deal. I don't really care. First of all, you're going to have your monitor anyway, so you're going to have the proper length cable anyway. 2023 Andrew mods go on salary. Yes, mod go on salary. Yes. So we're going to be paying all the mods. You're going to be getting all sorts of benefits. No, I can't even pay myself. How am I supposed to pay anybody? But I do appreciate all the hard work the mods do. And like I said, all joking aside, and by the way, the moderators do a fantastic job and one of the big key components of these live streams, so I really thank you. But as I said, 2023, I'm looking to hire a team. I'm looking for video editors. I'm looking for producers, people who can help grow and scale up the channel. We have I have a lot of ideas, people. And we've gotten to a nice certain point solo by me getting to 135,000 subscribers, but we can take it to the next level. $5 Americans for me is like 120 Canadian for me. I'm cheap. That's even better. That's even better. But all kidding aside, folks, people, this was a lot of fun. I'll have more to say on this in the upcoming weeks as I have it. And then, of course, I have to send it back to Dell. And I want to thank Dell especially for sending this over pronto. I know it's not easy to get a hold of these. To get it to me, and now we can have a lot of fun benchmarking it in the upcoming review. So stay tuned. A lot of stuff, not only with this machine, of course, but on the channel in general. Thank you, William, for doing such a great job for 2022. We're not done. I got a lot of other stuff before the end of the year, so hopefully I can get to all of it. I got a lot of stuff. Where people are winding down, we're just beginning. And then, of course, we have the new year and obviously CES coming up. I am taking a very short break, a vacation for 1 week, and then resuming with CES. So stay tuned. A lot of stuff coming, people. I want to thank everybody for stopping by earlier today. And then, of course, with this, we got it out of the box and we did the benchmarks, and we have a lot more to come. So until next time, people, I will see you in the next video, live stream, whatever happens, we do it. We make sure you're going to see it. So make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you also hit the notification bell. Hopefully you'll get served the videos, but who knows? You know how it works here on YouTube. It's hit or miss. Thank you, Tech Realm. Thank you, everybody. I'll see everybody next time, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.